train rolling down the line makes me lonely. Sometimes I wish to ride away. Sometimes I want to ride away. Big planes flying through the clouds makes me worry. Sometimes I wish to fly away. Sometimes I want to fly away. But you can't judge a book looking at the cover. You can't love someone unless you're with another. No, you can't win a war fighting with your brother. You wanna have peace, gotta love one another. Big guns lighting up the sky makes me worry. Sometimes I wish to run away. Sometimes I want to run away. But you can't judge a book.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Royal Rumble match. Introducing first, on the way to the ring, from Death Valley, weighing in at 305 pounds, The Undertaker. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Royal Rumble match. Introducing first, on the way to the ring, from San Diego, California, weighing 165 pounds, Rey Mysterio.
think there's ever been a more dominant superstar in WWE than the legendary Deadman, The Undertaker.
Yeah, but you can only stay on top of the mountain for so long. And the Deadman's been there for a very, very long time.
That might be true, Taz, but I don't see anyone on the horizon who could dethrone the Phenom.
That was a textbook reversal. Man, I'll tell you what, man, this one's just turned into a fight. Pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. But I don't think anyone was preventing someone from taking flying lessons, Taz.
Oh, geez, look at this. Pandering to the crowd.
Nothing wrong with keeping the paying customers happy while you build some momentum, Taz. Great reversal. This is a big risk. Will it pay off? He's got this crowd solidly behind him. And now he's going to give them exactly what they want to see.
You can't just keep playing to the crowd, though, Cole. That's a huge distraction, in my opinion.
This superstar is going to look too thrilled about it, but now he's out. See ya! Look at that. That's going to go over the big of the fans and build some momentum at the same time. He's stalking his opponent from the top turnbuckle.
This crowd is really swelling this guy's head.
There's no doubt that these fans love him, Taz, and he's feeding off that energy right now. Here it is, Taz. He's building up a head of steam, and he's about to let his opponent out.
I'll tell you what, if his opponent's got a brain in his head, he'll get the heck out of it. You know, instead of showboat to the fans, maybe he should really keep been looking for that all match, Cole, and now he's taking advantage.
Come on, partner. Taking advantage is a rather generous way to put it. He's cheating, plain and simple. He's seen this before. He'll do whatever it takes to win and take every advantage he can.
You know, I've seen matches won and lost because of moves like this. Oh, come on, quit showing off. This is supposed to be a wrestling match, not a popularity contest.
We've seen this before, Taz. He's been wrestling his style of match, and he's coming up on a big payoff. The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see.
Hey, Cole, you know what? Try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? Sayonara, scout. See you next time. There's not a superstar in the locker room who can afford to ignore these fans.
He anticipated that move perfectly.
You know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly what I'm saying.
There he goes. Tossed out of the ring and out of this match. Nice reversal. Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
Oh, come on, Cole.
He's out of the match and on his way to the locker room. That reversal might stop his opponent's momentum dead. Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle, Cole. An injured superstar's like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest.
And that also means that if you're not at 100%, top rope moves can win or lose you the match. There's very little middle ground.
These superstars give everything they got when they're in a match like this. But a lot of people don't realize what they sacrifice behind the scenes also.
No question. If you want to make it in the WWE, and there's an elimination. This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
No surprise there, Cole. The
time move just because you want to stay on offense.
I don't think the fans like that one too much. I'm sure it's great this guy's on.
It should. These fans are the lifeblood of WWE, and he doesn't give a damn what they think.
Hey, the ref's got a tough job. I mean, trying to keep these superstars on the up and up, that's hard.
Well, it's easier to get some superstars to play by the rules than others.
You know what, Cole? If you're going to get on your high horse again and give us another lecture about playing fair, I swear to God,
I think that's, yes, it's an elimination. Wow, listen to that chant, Tad.
what a ride! It took him all the way out of the match. You just don't see action like this every day.
You sure don't, Taz. And we've got the best seats in the house.
Down front and center. You couldn't be any closer to this match without being in it.
Whoa, that's your territory, partner, not mine. I'm perfectly happy to stay right where I am. Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display of athletic ability.
God, he tried to hang on. He's out.
I saw that one coming.
When you see this level of competition, Cole, there is no... Well, that narrowed things down a little bit. These superstars have been going hard all match.
They sure have.
Look, guess they look to fight another day. And there's the counter, Cole.
I hope this is...
Over the ropes and down to the floor to Grandma's house we go. Seeing a match like this makes me proud to be part of this company.
I'm with you, partner. You just can't experience a thrill like this anywhere else.
And that's pushing. Here we go. The ring. The match.
He was one step ahead on that one.
You gotta be careful when you're going up there. Wow, great reversal.
Watching Shelton Benjamin in action like this brings back fond memories of his tag team days on Smackdown. They were two-time tag team champions in their rookie year in Louisville.
Yeah, but then Shelton was screw all up and jumped the wall.
He didn't jump, Taz. He was drafted. He had no say in the matter.
Yeah, well, good riddance. I noticed Shelton ain't wore tag team gold since then, so I guess we know who was pulling the weight in that team. I love hearing the crowd.
So much can go wrong from that top.
These WWE fans just can't get enough of these superstars.
I'm glad to see it. A WWE match isn't just about competition, it's also about entertaining the fans.
Okay, well, if that's the case, how come they got you as an announcer? I mean, that ain't exactly great entertainment, in my opinion.
You might be right, Taz. I think it would be extreme. And there goes a superstar.
Watch it. He reversed it. I don't know, Cole. I'm kind of unsure about Radio. He's a pretty big, let's face it. He's accomplished a couple of big things, but I still think that he's about 90% hype.
A couple of big things? You mean like becoming the youngest world heavyweight champion in history? Making a career of killing legends? Having one of the longest intercontinental title reigns of the last decade?
Look, that all sounds fine and well, real impressive on paper, but ever
You just didn't have enough left to hang on.
I've been looking forward to this match all night long, Cole.
So have I.
He just got eliminated. Can you believe that?
And there's the reversal.
The thing you gotta remember,
I don't know if this is such a good move. This could be disastrous.
he slipped out of that one.
He just eliminated him with authority.
You know, RVD calls himself the whole damn show, and that just gives you an idea, just a little sample of how big this guy's ego is. I think he should focus his energy on winning matches and titles instead of calling himself all the time.
The only he's got a big ego because he's earned it. As a former ECW superstar yourself, you should know what an impressive career he's led so far.
Batista has had lots of success.
There he goes. This one's over for him.
This is one heck of a match so far.
Sure is, Taz. What do you think the highlight has been so far?
Right above will come a little bit later on in the match. When you decide to shut the yap for a few seconds, I can enjoy it in peace.
Will excuse me for doing my job. Sorry to disturb you.
It's so great seeing these athletes compete here tonight. I had a feeling it was
That's one less superstar to deal with.
a real journey to see what the talent is like that. Can you believe this match so far, Cole?
I really can't, Taz. This isn't
Hit the showers.
We're out of the match.
I gotta tell you, Cole, I thought I had this thing figured out, but now I've got no idea how this is gonna end.
You are, Taz. And I think it's that unpredictability that makes it so exciting.
No doubt, Cole. I've seen superstars get a huge advantage over their opponents and still lose the match because they got sloppy.
Anything can happen in WWE. An entire match can turn on one or two big moves.
And that's why you can't take your eyes off the action for 1 second. You never know when something huge is gonna go down. This has been a real fucking possible match so far.
It has indeed. But I think this crowd would like to see these superstars pick up the pace a little bit.
What are you talking about? This is some classic old school wrestling here. Picking your spots and waiting for your opportunities.
What a reversal.
Oh man, these fans are fired up now.
They sure are. And you know that's going to have an effect on this match.
The Big Show is a big dude, all right. And I'll tell you what, I think it's kind of strange that a guy who's the largest athlete in the world has not been WWE champion more times than he has been.
What are you saying? That the Big Show isn't trying hard enough? That he doesn't have enough commitment to the business for your taste?
Look, I am begging you to stop putting words in my mouth. I'm not looking for any trouble with the largest athlete in the world, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it's weird.
A textbook reversal. 6 all. What a counter that was. Look at these superstars, Taz. This can't go on much longer.
You know, there's no doubt that The Undertaker is one of the most impressive superstars ever to set foot in a WWE ring. But you know what, Cole? You're only as good as your last match.
How can you say that, Taz? The Dead Man has proven himself time and time again. I highly doubt that that would change if he lost this match, which I don't think he's in danger of doing, by the way.
Taker's earned his...
A high-risk maneuver in the works from that top turnbuckle.
He dodged that bullet.
The WWE superstars are all superb athletes, but they're also human beings, and there's only so much punishment a human body can take.
Man, his opponent looked like a punk with that counter. Nice quick counter. Man, you talk about superstars who ain't got an ounce of put in them, huh? You're looking at them right here.
And that's a potentially dangerous mindset to be in. If you're too proud to realize that you're in trouble, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
Look, Cole, this ain't ballet. You gotta go in there every single match and be willing to do whatever it takes. You'd know that if you actually stepped in between the ropes.
I don't have to bet in a match to realize that jeopardizing my future for the sake of one match is incredibly short-sighted.
Cole, I swear, I'm gonna replace you with someone who actually knows what they're talking about. Maybe Carlito. He might be a little tough to understand sometimes, but at least he knows what it's like to wrestle a match.
I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight, Taz.
It's a great thing to hear, Cole. I I'm all in favor of freedom of expression, whether I agree with what they're saying or not.
When you talk about a man who's done it all in this business, you don't have to look any further than the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels is definitely a legend.
Here's your winner, The Undertaker.